All righty, gentlemen, this is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by Direct Music Service and Nuke's Hot Sauce. That's directmusicservice.com. Make sure you go there and get all your music. You know, I just made a mix today and I got like 7 to 10 tracks off that. We're always grabbing stuff off that, and we're always fucking with Nuke's Hot Sauce. So shout out to both of them.
Shout out.
I'm one of the co-hosts, Phenom. To my right, down the street from me in Portland, Oregon, Jupiter Williams.
What's up?
Bottom left, down in the belly of the beast, playing with babies. It's Nick Lopez.
Ooh,
Uncle Nick.
Yeah, that didn't
Uncle
sound
Nick,
right.
yeah,
That
wait.
sounded really dirty, man.
No, it's cool. Like
Is
I
it
was
cool?
actually like playing with a child, not like in a gross way, you weirdo.
Okay. Hey. It sounded dirty on this end, okay? This end is recording everything, so I'm just saying.
Oh man.
All right, Travis, you made it weird. All right, let's keep it going. Our special guest all the way live from Philly, it's Mathew Law. Make some noise.
What up?
Close.
Oh man, I appreciate
The gun change.
Yeah. We
the
just
West Side. The West Side gun stuff.
Oh yeah. We lick off Griselda booms, Griselda gunshots. We lick them all off for our guests. So
You turtle
That's
shell
great.
on that one though.
I did. And I was kind of like,
A little Mario Kart turtle shells on that one.
yeah, Metal Gear Solid on them.
That's it.
All right.
Too much? Not Snake. Going Snake is too much. Okay,
We have to ask our guests how they're doing.
we do.
Matthew, how are you doing?
How are you?
Oh, this is-
I'm good. As I stated before, I had some baklava and some tea, so I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling great.
We
Feeling
love
good,
love
but he's
that.
nervous about this episode.
He is nervous.
I am. I've been brushing up on some past episodes. I am quite the fan of the whole structure of the show,
Thank you.
and I am absolutely terrified about what what this matchup is going to look like right now.
Yes.
I love this. We're just going to get ready. Every week, what we do, we compare 2 artists head to head, their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. It gets weird. It gets gross. Matthew's done his research, but nothing can prepare him for the route we're about to go today.
Oh God,
Gentlemen, I hate this one. I'm going to start with that. In honor of Paradise Fever returning, in honor of us playing Paradise Fever next Wednesday in sunny tropical Las Vegas at On the Record, thanks to Mr. Nick Lopez, we will be doing a battle today of Diana Ross versus Donna Summer.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yo.
What? You should have gave this to Cosmo. This is not right. This is not okay.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Let's open up the can of worms, gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Sheesh.
Round 1. I hate it already. Diana Ross, Endless Love, or Donna Summer, Hot Stuff. Let's start with our guest in Philly, Mr. Matthew.
All right. I'm gonna make this easy on myself so we can continue this thing. I'm not even just gonna pick things just as a favorite or anything like that. I'm just gonna pick Hot Stuff is a hilarious song. Anything that anything that has had any movie or anything that has had hot stuff in it has been a hilarious moment.
Yeah.
I can't actually think of any off the top of my head, but I know it exists, and I will give it the Hot Stuff just for that because it's just funny. It's just a funny. I know it's not, at some point somebody in the club took it seriously, but I've never seen it that way.
That point.
So I'll leave it just at that. Maybe we'll have like like I can really go into it for the next round or two, but for that one, I'm just gonna leave it at like, God damn, that's a funny song.
There's got to be a bar graph of like amount of cocaine to seriousness of Hot Stuff.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're gonna take it more seriously as the night proceeds, and Are You in Miami?
Are You in Miami?
Where are you and how much have you had?
How many buttons are undone? How much taco meat is out?
I'm a sweat.
How Bell Are Your Bottoms?
Yes.
That's what that is. Oh man.
We're throwing the hot stuff. Neek.
I'm going with hot stuff.
Okay.
I take it very seriously.
Nick is the one.
I'm the one
with the
I
Liberty
take
Bell
hot stuff
bottoms,
is a
man. Look at
serious
him.
affair.
Look at him with his Johns on.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at you, man.
Hot stuff is a serious ass track.
It's the disco stew of all like.
Yeah,
it's honestly like it really is a jam. I know it's funny. Yeah. It's a jam in the way that like Night Fever is a jam. Like once you actually like once you can separate the comedic value in it, you're like, no, this is just a good song. But it takes some listening to actually like it takes some time and like I guess the right environment for you to disassociate the comedic value of that song.
Right.
Is that the song that Chris Farley and what's his name were dancing to for the audition?
Oh my God, I think so.
Oh, it was. Oh, see, that's why it sticks.
See, that's what it is.
Way.
Like, there's something hilarious about it, and it's that.
Oh no, it's like you can't remove that. Yeah.
Now that's it. That was probably.
Never mind, it's funny again.
It is. It was in my subconscious. That's why what I thought of somewhere in the back of my brain. I just pictured Chris Farley with a bow tie and no shirt.
And Patrick Swayze.
Swayze. It was him and Patrick Swayze. That was it.
Oh my God. That's right.
Wait,
next time you played in the club.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna play it for sure. It's gonna get played. There's no question about that. But now, whether or not I'll be wearing a shirt is up for debate.
Wait. What is it? What? Oh, okay.
So we're having a disco party on the 13th.
Yeah.
All right, you keeping your vote there, Neek? Or are you moving it around?
I'm standing strong.
Okay, Travis.
Because we talked about movies, my movie buff is going to come out, right? Yep. So let's stick with Saturday Night Live cast member. Okay, we're going to go with Adam Sandler this time. Endless Love, Billy Madison. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Love that. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just cause.
Round 2, gentlemen. This fucking sucks. Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out, or Donna Summer, I Feel Love. Starting.
I Feel Love.
Okay.
I Feel Love. I'm Coming Out. I don't know if that's a Nile Rodgers song. I'm not sure.
It is.
Yeah.
I think
it is.
Yeah, I don't want to get ripped apart on fucking YouTube, but I think that it's a Nile song. It's a heater. I love the transition track by Four Eyes. I'm Coming Out into the Biggie and Mace.
And Puff.
Yeah, and Puff. Shout out to Puff. But I Feel Love is just like, man, it's hard hitting. That's like early techno, like that's early house, like that is I Feel Love is a standout.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll chalk one up for I Feel Love. Let's pass it to Travis.
I'm Coming Out. Moving on.
Ooh,
let's go.
On to Mathew Law.
Yeah, I think I might have to go with Donna on this one.
Okay.
That's definitely one of those records that if Hot Stuff is the funny like disco record for me, like I Feel Love is the serious like it's that's the one. And also like I'm Coming Out is such a fun record, but it wouldn't be what it is to me if it wasn't for Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Okay.
You know, so
chalking up to Donna, I Feel Love.
Chalking up to Donna, yep.
Round 3. Ugh. Ugh. We're not on yet, gentlemen. Diana Ross, Upside Down.
Ooh.
Donna Summer, Bad Girls. Starting with Jupiter. Beep beep toot toot.
Diana Ross.
Okay. Mathew.
I don't feel good about it though.
I'd have to toot toot. I give
it toot toot my ass on out of here.
I gotta give it to Bad Girls. I think I just played that like a week ago. Like you can't like, and there's some great remixes as well, or like extended edits that go with like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? It was that, and what was the Diana Ross song?
Upside Down.
Upside Down.
Yeah, I feel like Bad Girls like rocks the dance floor a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And
that's why. Yeah,
that's a.
They both rock the dance floor though. God damn.
They do.
God,
I'm not saying one doesn't.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's the horns, like when the breakdown, right? Like before you get to like the bad girls talking about that, like the that whole build up with the horns. That's very like one of my favorite like up tempo disco records that I really don't ever get a chance to play is Rick James' High on Your Love. And it has like that type of like almost like operatic type of energy to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at with it.
I like that.
Neek.
Bad Girls. Yeah, that's wow. What's it? Bad Girls. What's the other one?
Upside Down.
Fuck. Bad Girls. It's just got like a sing along to it that hits every time.
I'm surprised. I will go on record by saying I am surprised by this picnic. We love Upside Down.
We love Upside Down.
I'm not trying to talk you out of your pick. I can't pick. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. This is
just the bridge is sick. Now that I'm like, oh god, like the pre-chorus is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking jammer, dog.
Yeah.
But Bad Girls just hits.
All right.
So good.
Round 4. Yeah. This is starting to become a runaway here. Round 4, Diana Ross, Chain Reaction versus Donna Summer, Last Dance. With Mathew Law.
Can we just move on?
Yeah.
Do we have to talk about it?
This is what's interesting about this, as like, obviously these picks are coming from the top 5 most listened. So I'm just I'm just interested that it's interesting to me that that's that balance. But yeah, Last Dance. That's
Nick, Travis.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I should mention that the number 1 and number 2 for Donna Summer were Hot Stuff. Number 1 was Kygo and Donna Summer, Hot Stuff.
Damn, Kygo again.
Yeah.
Kygo.
Why? Kygo's always, man.
Yeah.
Kygo just has the pulse on the people. God damn.
I need to figure out a publishing deal or some sort of setup, because like the cats in the EDM world that get these stems or get these flips,
right?
It is quite amazing how you can create a second. Some cats even creating a run for themselves outside of like just their own discography, and like explode way past any of their own stuff with something that is already so relatable, like a Hot Stuff or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
100%.
This is already wrapped up. We're gonna give you a round 5 regardless. Diana Ross, Thank You, or Donna Summer, On the Radio.
Donna.
Okay.
I don't feel good about that though.
I do, Donna.
Yeah.
On the Radio, isn't that like a 2-parter? Like that has like a long build up. On the Radio is sick. Yeah. I'm going with that. Damn.
I know, right? Hey, Colin, good picks, man.
Hey,
yeah, that was good.
I'm surprised we haven't done that already. That feels like that feels like a Mickey. Like we should have did this. But
yeah, we should have.
I actually thought that was going to be more difficult than it was, but it's like, like I said, it's not our personal picks.
Exactly.
Right. You're at the mercy of Spotify. So it makes sometimes in this scenario it makes it easy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
Those first 3 rounds though, I wouldn't be upset if anybody went either way on those.
Right.
So really, depending on the mood of the day, that could have gone either way.
Yeah. Those first 2-3 rounds were make or break, and then the rest of it's kind of,
it's Mickey because you get the Kygo and
fucking Kygo, man.
Well, if you want more difficult, we're gonna give you the lightning round right now.
Oh God.
We're gonna spice it up a little bit here. This is only for you. You pick a this or a that. It gets weird. It gets gross. It starts with Nate Dogg or Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh, I'll go with Nate Dogg on that. The thing about Ty Dolla $ign in that who was I just talking about? I think I was just talking to my girlfriend about this. Is like the kind of way, like the writing now today is way more straightforward. Yeah. In the way that I don't think Nate Dogg's just gonna sing at the top of his lungs, just going, "Let's have sex." There's something like the storytelling.
He did do "Ain't No Fun" though.
I was about to say, but the storytelling in "Ain't No Fun"
that's true.
Is though. That's the thing. Is
that is
you
true.
Listen to the back and forth with Regulate. You listen to even
it was storytelling in it.
It's storytelling in it, man, and it feels like it. I don't think Ty Dolla $ign has hit that stride yet with that because of the kind of pop, rap, hip hop space he's been in. Mm-hmm. But Ty Dolla $ign's dope. 2 of my friends are in his band. It's good people.
Sick.
Yeah.
Foxy Brown or Lil Kim?
Ooh, that's funny. Somebody just posted about how Defunct just posted on Twitter, not to take anything away from Foxy, that all of her early flow came from Jay-Z.
Yep.
But then you think about all of so it's it's almost a Jay-Z versus Biggie.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll go with Kim on this one. I'll just go with Kim on this one.
Yeah, it's New really York. Do you like Hov?
That New York.
Do you like Hov or do you like Big?
Yeah.
That's really all this is.
Right.
Yeah, Mathew Law said fuck Hov.
I want to hear the.
I want my 500K.
See? Yeah, that's what I heard.
I want to hear the Jay-Z demos for Foxy.
Oh my God.
I do too.
Demos.
Him rapping both verses on Ain't No Nigga would be crazy.
Yeah.
It would be that would be crazy as shit.
And Foxy was what, 16?
Yeah, she was a kid,
put
right?
that out. That's crazy. She
in
was
the interview,
some wild shit.
In the interview in Fade to Black, and when he was just she was in the studio, and he was like, "I've been sinning since you was Barbie and Kenan." She how she lost her mind there. I was like, yeah, she ain't writing none of
that. Yeah.
nothing against anything that she did after that, and also her, 80% of rap is what I would reference the evidence line from Dilated when he goes, "It don't matter how dope you write or look, MCs without a voice should write a book." Perfect voice, great voice. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Kim on this one, also for voice. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Shout out to Dilated.
Calvin Harris, Soldier Boy.
Calvin Harris, a Soldier Boy. That's so weird. I really like Calvin Harris.
Calvin Harris.
You were talking about hanging with the baby earlier. Calvin Harris Colors is a classic kind of disco-y funk record to me that I will always play. I'll go with I don't know. Soulja Boy as a musician to me isn't that's not really, I don't know with that. So it's as far as influence, obviously But yeah, I'll go with Calvin on this. You know, I'm gonna bop more to a Calvin record. Maybe not so much like We Found Love or anything like that, but definitely his current disco-y revival era is really nice.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll look at like We Found Love the way I look at some like rap music I hated that came out between like 2004 and 2008.
Yeah.
Like, and now I love. I wonder if I'll ever look at like certain EDM songs and be like, damn, I hated it at the time, but now it's like,
I wonder.
We
Found Love is going to be like, could be this generation's. Well, no, because it wasn't the same time span, but like Cher, Do You Believe in Love? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's like you play it again and it's like, but it's different context for Cher, but it is in that kind of vein of like, now we got to, like, I'm not going to have any love for like Usher's DJ Got Us Falling in Love Again 10 years from now, because I didn't have it when it came out.
It sounds dated. Yeah, it sounds very. But like We Found Love is like Donna Summer, I Found Love, where it's just like like an epic kind of.
It's Rihanna.
Yeah.
Does Rihanna really go out of style?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
so, but that's a whole topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want no smoke with the Navy, man. And I was part of that too, so come on.
Even though she stole that from Jay Davy, I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was a Jay Davy Navy before it was a Rihanna Navy. Let's just leave it at that.
Yep, I heard about that.
Beastie Boys.
I'll stick with Run because Sucker MCs is one of the great Sucker MCs to me for the 80s, which I did not grow up in, feels like Grinding, which is the 2000s, which I did grow up in, which is like Cosmo and I talked about that before. Is it's like just the most bare bones track with that is harder than anything else that is out at the time. So obviously Beastie especially going into the 90s and everything. And I actually listened to more Beastie Boys when I was younger than I did Run. But then when I was like, I love hip hop now, like like 11, 12 years old, and finding it out on my own, it's definitely Run DMC for me.
Hell yeah. Steely Dan or Gangstar?
I heard this one on the other podcast. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it to like what I didn't really grow up listening to Steely Dan. I had to find out later, but anything that has to do with like 90s or 2000s, like real like 90s hip hop for the most part, I'm probably gonna rock with heavier because I found that out almost completely on my own. So just probably Gangstar for me. Yeah. Also fun. There's a DJ Premier told me a fun story about Guru that.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just really glossing over this, like it's
it was a funny. It was just him talking about like this. I opened up for him a few times, and he was talking about this story of like Guru was talking to this girl, and she was like angry or something like that about something. I think it's not like a crazy story or anything like that. But like she came in and was talking to Guru all angry and stuff like that. And Premier like came up to it was like, yo, calm down. It's like, what? You don't even exist. You're magic. Poof. And like in his face. I just thought it was a funny story. But, yeah.
Yo, seeing Premier say that to a customer is amazing.
Yeah. No, he didn't say that. She said that to him.
She said that to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's hilarious. It was hilarious. It was like, it's like, you're magic. Poof. It's exactly how I do it. And like hearing Premier doing his raspy voice was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that happening and all of that hip hop being taken away right at that moment.
Like it worked. You don't even exist.
Oh my God.
You really boop.
Premier doesn't
wait. Have y'all been watching So What's Up?
What's Up?
He has a YouTube shorts that he does breaking down all his beats from like certain beats that he's done from the 90s, like giving a salute to the floppy disk. and it's not like I think he did Mass Appeal and like did Crooklyn Dodgers and stuff like that. But then he was like, oh, you know, let's talk about the Janet Jackson Together Again flip. I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's the greatest, like one of my top 3 like R&B hip hop remixes of that time for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. You should check that out.
It's called So What's Up?
So What's Up. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All
right. Philly ass pick the Roots or NERD?
Philly ass John pick.
Philly ass John. That's a bad John.
Oh my God. NERD, not the Neptunes, but NERD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a really, really tough one. Another situation where I found out about stuff on my own growing up. I didn't know, like, my first concert, just to give you context for like my first oh wait, that's a question later. Sorry.
That's gonna happen.
I'll leave that out. It's gonna happen. Hey. Sorry, it does have to do. Okay. So see, I did my research. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go with NERD. Just because I think that you know, I still have my beat up copy of In Search Of.
Oh shit.
And like on wax, and it's just something about, just as simple as like something like Run to the Sun that always speaks to me in a certain way. But yeah, it's like, you know, coming up, and something about NERD to me is so reflective of like continuously returning to self-discovery. Mm-hmm. Every album feels different because Pharrell, Chad, you know, Shay, and everybody like just want to keep on growing and keep on changing. Even in the last album with like Lemon and all that stuff on there, it was almost like the way they used the 808 was like a member of the band. It almost felt like that. So, you know, doing stuff like that, you know, Black Thought's still one of my favorite rappers of all time, top 3. But, you know, if we're talking about music as a whole, yeah, I have to go with NERD.
Okay. Zap or Gap Band?
I'm gonna go with Uncle Charlie on this one. I'm gonna go with Gap Band on this one.
Ooh,
yeah, I you know, another thing that, like, if we're talking about how the new generation of people have experienced Charlie Wilson, like, I saw someone tweet today, somebody said, Charlie Wilson was in Gap Band, and somebody like tweet above it, the tweet above it said, who raised y'all? I think it was from Chuck English.
I saw that.
Also, just because, and this is just for Charlie alone, this is a very, very specific story. It's short, but it's very specific. So I you know, pre-pandemic, I was DJing for Jasmine Sullivan, and we did a show on the Tom Joyner cruise.
Okay, yep.
And like, you know, radio personality, whatever. So there's a bunch of like R&B groups on it, on the cruise. And Charlie Wilson was on stage, and he had an entire LED blazer that said like outstanding on it, and said like all this stuff, like lyrics, like it said ooh wee like across his like he had a full blazer, and his band had belts or like something around the guitar strap. It was so retro futuristic.
Yo,
he wins it, like, you know,
because that's how the Gap Band was, man. They were out there too. That's nuts that he's like still on that.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely he's ooh-weeing to the wheels fall off. He's ooh-wheeling.
Uncle Charlie.
That's Clips or Mobb Deep?
Another generational thing for me. So I'm gonna go with Clips, just because back to grinding being like an opening of my brain at a certain point. And Lord Willing came out in 2002. I was in the 9th grade. So it's very much like formative year type of thing. So anything that I discovered between 14 and 17, I'm gonna just ride with really hard, because that's when I was really, really like, I'm gonna start buying records, and I'm gonna start, going in. Also, Pusha is a cocaine thesaurus. Like,
yeah, he is.
It's just,
doesn't make sense.
It's just like any type of way that you can rap about powder is coming out of that man's face.
And still doing it.
And still doing it.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's still like
I like your cadence with that one. Like you're exhausted, but you respect it. Like, it's been so long.
Yeah, like if I'd have been, first of all, if I even had the ability, I just would have gassed out on it. Not out of like repetitiveness, but because I'm just not that creative to do it to the extent that somebody like him can do it.
Right.
So it's been so long, and I like can't believe that I'm still like, this is still so fresh and good.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Sade or Aaliyah?
All right, so now the reverse. So for me, it would be, but actually, technically speaking, same concept. I found out about Sade like in high school, just kind of like, of course I knew like Smooth Operator and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Sade. And just also the band. Like, I mean, it's just like, yeah, like Stuart Matthewman and like that band, everything that they brought to the table. I picture the Aaliyah videos, but I picture the one live show, and how I forget what it was. I don't know if it was like the 90s or something. I have it like ripped on my laptop or something, but it was some Sade live show in the 90s that constantly, I think is it a crime? Every time around her birthday, they show the one thing where she's like, my love is taller than an Empire State. And it's like her and like she has like some sort of like pleated crop top situation or whatever. And it's just so iconic. It's like that sticks in my mind in a certain way. And I also, you know what? SoundCloud producers ruined Aaliyah for me, probably.
No, that's
yeah. Shouts out to Soulection, everything that they've done, but Jesus, like
everything is an Aaliyah sample. Everything has Aaliyah vocals over it.
Yeah,
and that is where I stand on that. So Sade.
Oh man, I really thought I was alone in that sentiment.
No, you're definitely not. I'm surprised that we haven't talked about that on this.
Yeah,
because it sounds like I want to be like, fuck, I did this. I shouldn't have did. I don't want to sound like a hater. Yeah, that's really it. I don't want to sound like a hater.
But
that sound is just kind of tired. Physically, like I get tired listening to it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It's sleepy.
I DJ with this one guy. There's some art gallery thing pre-pandemic, and he was a newer DJ, and he played like everything that kind of sound like it was pretty much 45 minutes of sidechain compression. Like it was just like everything was pumping to the point where I think it like actually might have messed up like my equilibrium, and I might have tripped.
Like it's crazy because it does like new DJs who came up like who started around whatever that window is. That's what they play.
Just everyone saw the K Tornado Boiler Room and was like, I want to try that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like it's pivotal. We'll have to talk about that eventually because we have to talk about the good and the bad that came from that moment.
Yeah.
Because I feel like nobody talks about the bad. If they do, not on record.
Everybody just talks about the people dancing around him.
Yeah,
right.
Like as far as the bad,
of the best boiler rooms for people watching.
It really is. It is. It's really good. There's a supercut with it. I think somebody did a supercut and took the sound out, and it was just like kind of like the sneaker squeaks and stuff like that.
Oh my god! Yes. Those are my favorite.
Those are really good. It's really good.
Or like when they like add like the breathing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So funny.
I find that joy. Yeah.
That did really spiral like a whole generation of producers, which is fucking.
Oh yeah,
it did.
We see it's just people are making tracks like that just no one listens to. Like there's so much of that where it just gets swept under the rug. Like the really dope shit was done by like Kaytranada, you know, where you're just, yo, I just want the OG. Like,
who did we just talk to about this, where we were talking about like, don't try to sound like Kaytranada. Like nobody's gonna be impressed that you made a song that sounds like a Kaytranada song.
Right.
This notion got brought up.
Goshfather?
I think it was Goshfather, yeah.
We talked about
where he was talking about just like stick true to yourself and be like original, because like trying to jump on the wave, like nobody's gonna single you out and be like, yeah, that guy's sick because he sounds like that guy.
Right.
He's like the best right now. But yeah, that generation for that moment, like the combination of Kaytranada's Boiler Room with Soulection, kind of finding that those SoundCloud producers, like the height of that became like, it started a whole generation of like people DJing on these like cheap controllers, playing ripped SoundCloud songs. There's good, because obviously like it's good that DJing is so accessible and people are digging for like harder to find music, but like really they're just, for the most part, somebody listens to Soulection, they find the track list, they find those songs, they YouTube to MP3 them. And now they're playing 92 kilobit track MP3s in public.
Not even a 128.
92. Just out here playing just 92s. Out in public, putting their little controller on top of a perfectly good system. And but I don't want to like, also like the accessibility of DJing should be celebrated. I remember having to like save up all of my fucking money for years just to have turntables and a mixer, and then have to spend my money on records. Like, and then when Serato came out, like now I got to spend my money on a laptop, and like all of these things were huge hurdles that like really were like, never mind testing your like ability, it was testing your like fucking mental fortitude to become a DJ. Like to have to work and save and still want to do it like 2 years later after you just got turntables and now you still have to get a mixer. Like we touched
a soft spot, huh? This is it right now. I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. And I feel like, as far as I think that what does accountability look like in the internet age, as far as like everything being like, or authenticity? What does that even look like? You know, what is that? What is any of that? And it's like, that takes, if you're spending so much time looking at everybody else and pulling from everybody else, how can you figure out what that looks like for yourself? And these kids aren't taught to do anything but scroll and look at everything else. And I fall victim to the same shit, you know. And we all do. It's just like figuring out exactly what that looks like for you as an individual, and just recognize, and you know, nothing's new under the sun, but like at least be able to pull away a few degrees of separation, create a few degrees of separation from you and your influence, so it can be something unique to yourself, you know?
And I mean, I not that like, it's not to diss Joe K and Andre Power. They're amazing at what they do at finding.
Shouts out to Hooligan too.
Hooligan, and that whole like that whole crew. Like there's so many, like there's a few of them, like, but I mean, I know those are the two big ones, but like shout out to those guys, because like it takes work to get out there and find some like lesser known producers, and then curate what it becomes your sound. Like people refer to that as the Soulection sound, that remix indie producer sound. Like it's not, it's coined by like 5 people. Like the sound is defined by like 5 producers, but it's all curated by Joe K and Andre and Hooligan. And like, so
I mean, that's really like a no, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, it's cool, like that's a thing that you can like kind of coin your own sound by purely through curation. But now like the following. Well, not even now. I feel like we're talking about this hella late. Like nobody's really like it's not.
Yeah. I think all this is relatively understood amongst anybody who's been DJing for more than like 5 or 6 years. Like it's like they're kind of already. I think different people are off it, and because they realize they're like, I'm playing all this stuff. Like, you know, I'm playing these producers that are like underground, and like even the people that like, you know, someone like Sango, or, you know, people who like and producer artists like Masego, and people crossed over in that way, like Smino and Monty Booker and like all that, who were all bigged up. Gold first mixtape, the biggest one, kind of already pulled away from what is the core quote unquote essence of that sound. And they've all been in some way, shape, or form better for it, because it's you know that like you start with you start with a bigger thing, and then keep on compressing it until it becomes a diamond in a way, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like the good and the bad that come with that. Yeah, you get a lot of shitty DJs that start playing out too early. And then you get like DJs who like, it's cool to be able to just get $300 and be able to fucking DJ. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword, and those who stuck with it usually turned out to be DJs with like unique taste, and that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of like the ultimate genre for bedroom DJs, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like with the Twitch thing, like, and especially with so many people, I think it was a conversation like on the Road podcast or something, like they were talking about like Twitch DJs going into like the club, and like, are the Twitch DJs going to take like the club DJs gigs? And it's like, well, if you notice, like most of the Twitch DJs are playing stuff that you kind of wouldn't necessarily listen to in a club, like definitely not someplace in Vegas or like any of the bigger markets for, you know, that it doesn't cross over or translate in the same way. So I'm sure over the pandemic, like, and coming out of it, anybody who popped off on Twitch who is going out and like might be getting some gig somewhere, are like possibly getting a rude awakening of what the crowd actually wants to hear, because they're like, yeah, that's cool, like this Doja Cat remix is dope, but like, nah, give us the original, because me and my girls, and we got our bachelorette party over here and we want to rock, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
If you're playing 2 minutes of an 8-bar Doja Cat in acapella loop, people are gonna be like, yo, like fuck this, like give me that. Like
they're so confused. Like it's one of the reasons why I've spent so much time focusing on making my own parties, because the attention span is like minute. You know, you just got to kind of be able to build it. But yeah,
I'm almost afraid to get into the next one because we had such a conversation on that. Prince or Michael Jackson?
I'm going to go with Prince for reasons that I think I'm still continuing to discover as I get older. Like Michael, I feel like as a whole, for me, it doesn't, this is going to sound kind of weird, but like, it doesn't really get, like discography for me doesn't really go past bad in a way. Like, it's kind of like the when you get into the New Jack Swing stuff and everything, like, but like when you get to, by the time you get to Black or White, I'm just like, I'm good. You know, clearly speaking to a wider audience, but an audience that I don't necessarily like, I can't completely in my sets and in the house, I won't really be. And I was a huge Michael fan as a kid, you know, like I had a friend around the corner who had was that History? What was the
History?
What
double disc?
The double disc, but then like he had Moonwalker on VHS, but then he also had like some other collection of music videos or something that was fire.
Moonwalker came out with Bad album.
Yeah, that came out with Bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because I had that VHS and it had like up until, I don't know, like Earth Song or whatever. I want to say it came out with History though. Like,
yeah,
it was a VHS and it started with like Rock With You and then, or Don't Stop Till You Get It Off, and then it went to,
that one. Yeah,
that one.
That's the History.
I want to say that's the History tape, right?
Yeah. That's the one.
I watched that thing till the wheels came out, like broke.
Right.
Same.
So it was that and Moonwalker that we had, like we would just watch back to back.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, that's cool, but like watching Prince concerts now, like, seeing the Sign of the Times concert and like just seeing the musicianship and just there's other stuff. And me and my girlfriend were talking about like, which is a larger conversation around like personal life and all that stuff. But as far as music is concerned, like Ballad of Dorothy Parker is a moment for me where I was just like, and even finding out like, oh, the whole thing was mixed in mono, and like listening to a podcast with was it Suzanne Rogers was his engineer or whatever, like talking about everything that went with that, and the fact that like outside of I Would Die For You, all the drum programming is him doing it by hand and shit like that, like him drumming it out on the Linn drum, like drumming it out by like, fuck all the finger drumming now. This was finger drumming on a linear sequence, like, just going in like that. That's pretty crazy, if you think about that. Shouts out to Michael's beatboxing, but like, I'm gonna go with Prince on this one.
That's a pretty unanimous for what we've had. We're 75 episodes in now, and everyone's kind of across the board the same as what you've said. Like, when it comes down to the artist, the actual musician, man, everyone, it's tough to find somebody that could battle Prince throughout the history of music.
Right.
I feel like even Clapton, I think there's that Clapton quote, is it that he said it? Somebody asked him what it felt like to be the greatest guitar player on the planet. And he's like, I don't know, ask Prince.
Yeah.
That was it. Yep.
But you're right. Like, and I think it's going to happen soon. I think pretty soon, and it sucks because he's not here to defend himself, but we are going to have a conversation about Prince's personal life here pretty soon.
Oh, it's getting, there's a few little.
I have a feeling that's going to happen soon. I saw a TikTok clip of somebody talking about it, and I was like,
I know exactly. That's the clip that I saw.
It's all public knowledge. It's out there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another time. or because that's like
it's a deep dive, and I just don't feel like we're the people.
Sign of the times, right? Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like, if we're gonna have the conversation, it should expand beyond like you know what I mean? Yeah.
Let's ask the question that we ask every episode here.
Let's do it.
Outkast or Hall & Oates?
What would Cosmo say? As a Philadelphian, I don't know.
More or less.
Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Outkast on this one. Once again, actually almost wore. I went to Art Basel one year, and it was when they did the display of all of Andre 3000's jumpsuits from when they did that tour.
So
and I have the one that says Art or Fart.
Nice.
Wait, you have it?
Yeah, I have that shirt.
Have it.
Yeah. It's drying right now. Yeah.
Like the physical shirt, you have it.
Yeah.
Like the jumpsuit?
Not the jumpsuit. No. So they had merch at the display. No,
I
don't have that jump.
I was like, yo.
No.
That should be in a museum, kid.
I got Outkast gear.
No, not that. That would be crazy. No, they had, but it was cool that they had. Yeah, it was a cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Outkast. I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer. I don't really know how to describe that for me outside of like, I don't know, what was I like 13 when Miss Jackson came out or something. Like something, and not even that. Obviously, you know, what hearing that horn stab on "Get Up, Get Out," like, it's like I don't know. There's like a little bit of everything to it, along with like Organized Noise, and, you know, the whole Dungeon fam. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Outkast on that one.
There's no wrong answer. That's the culmination of the lightning round. I have an abundance of questions for you. Let's just start from the top. Tell us about Friends and Fam Party.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, I started Friends and Fam in December 2013, whatever that third Saturday was. It came about because I was doing this party called Fish Tank when I used to go by DJ Fish. 2013 is also when I won Red Bull Freestyle, the East Coast finals, or I was the East Coast finalist or East Coast champ, and then I was third place nationally. When it comes to Philly right now, and even during that time when it came to DJs, like the people that come from the kind of technical side of DJing and like party rocking in that way has shifted so much. I think it's shifted everywhere, and that's a larger conversation about celebrity DJs and like whatever. But I was doing pretty okay at home, and traveling like between New York, Miami. At that point, by that fall, I went and played some gigs in France, and when I came back, a mutual friend of me and this guy Taib linked me with her. She became my manager, and she also managed Questlove. So I started doing a bunch of gigs with Quest during that time for like the next 3 or 4 years. So I was doing okay, and like a lot of the homies around me were like, man, you know, I'm like in this bottle service club doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then also when I was doing the gigs with Quest, it was like I would have some friends who would come out, and they would come out like 5 minutes before I got off, because people who know him, he likes to do marathon sets. I'll play for like an hour and a half, he'll play for like 3.5 hours till the end of the party for everything. Like we did like a Viacom holiday party or something like that. He was just, you know, I played for a little bit, and he was running late and still played like 4 hours. I left. I was like, I'm good. He just likes this. I don't know what it is. But because I was like, yo, I'm never like headlining with him, we're not rocking back to back or anything, I wanted to start a party where whoever's rocking with me, it's a 4-hour night, it's 10 to 2. I'll play the first hour, they'll play the second hour, then it goes half hour, 15 minutes, 3 for 3, just to the end of the night, and set it up for any homie who's like, yo, I'm stuck playing. And at the time, it's like, you know, they might not be able to go and play a Catronata If remix or something like that somewhere. It's like, okay, well, you can do that here. And it was at this spot called Kung Fu Necktie. And we're there for till 2018. From 2013 to 2018, I started partnering with OK Player to do it in New York at Baby's All Right. We did that there and a few other spots for a little while. Then I partnered with former colleague / pseudo manager for a little bit as far as growing the party. And we parted ways right before the pandemic, but we went from Kung Fu Necktie and then brought it to this spot, Warehouse on Watts, which used to be 923, which is the place, if you know anything about Philly and Philly dance music, that's the place coined for inventing the Wu-Tang. So as far as that dance is concerned, Sega used to be Sega used to be a resident there. DJ Sega used to be a resident there. Also, another West Philly native. We didn't know until we were in our early 20s that we grew up 8 blocks away from each other. Pretty crazy, yeah. So and he's played the party.
Sega, like, do your research on that Bloghouse shit, because Brick Band, DJ Sega.
Yep.
That's a whole other episode, though. Keep going.
That's a whole, I'm about to say that's a whole thing. But so I kept on trying to, continue to grow the party, and we just had some crazy dope guests, man. Like a lot of people from within the city. Sonny James, who's like, you know, one of like an older brother to me in a lot of ways. We're an Ill Vibe Collective together. He now works at Serato. He's, you know, been a guest a bunch, like as far as local or people who were local at the time. Him, Lil Dave also in the crew, DJ Lean With It, who now goes by Bobby Flowers, DJ Silo, DJ Heavenly. There was all like local cats, but then we had Benji B for his only Philly gig ever. The Hooligans played twice. Miles Medina once. DJ MoMA from Everyday People.
Oh, MoMA. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MoMA's played. One of my favorite moments of the party ever, because I used to always end it like I guess on social media it became a big deal to be like, oh, why are all these DJs playing Tevin Campbell? Can we talk? And I was just like, man, I've been doing that shit. Like I've been ending parties with that or Most Def's The Panties for like a decade. Like that's always like, or like a mix of anything around that, like Drew Hill Beauty or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Travis
so
said,
I'm already playing though, but
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Drew Hill.
Yeah. So but one of my favorite ways the party ever ended, MoMA made this edit of Sweetest Taboo with Water No Get Enemy, and it was just so because it's just the drums from, he just quantized it, so like, or just like, you know, mashed it together, so it's the drums from Sweetest Taboo with Water Get No Enemy, like for like a full 4 minutes, and then it goes into Sweetest Taboo, so it's like this long extended edit. I was like, this is like literally serene, like it's like this serene moment of like, no, everybody was dancing with everyone. It was beautiful. So like it was a really great moment. And then pre-pandemic, it kind of I guess the biggest, we had like the venue only is like 700 cat. So we, throughout the night, I think with people walking in and out, because it probably got a little bit too packed, we had probably like 850 or something like that. But it was Jazzy Jeff and myself going back to back, and it just created like, you know, a new environment for myself to play, just so, you know, I'm kind of the constant and the guest gets to be the variable. Mm-hmm. So if they go too left or too anywhere, which rarely happens, I'm always like kind of bringing it back to center for the, you know, the Philly crowd or wherever we're at. But for the most part, everyone's always brought it, and it's been great. You know, it's been a great thing. So 8 years this December, you know, this.
Damn, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we did one virtual live stream for the 7-year anniversary. It was myself, Sonny, Caper, and Miles. And yeah, Miles and I, like, really, we've only got to play together in person once at this party, but like just another person. We were talking about Four Color Zach earlier, but like Miles is another person who, like, all of their ability matches how great of a person they are. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just great. It's just a great human being. Mm-hmm. And great energy to be around. Always really fun. Like, you know, I don't know anybody who has any like one bad thing to say about him. And it'll be great to have him back soon. So yeah, I mean, that's the long of it, I guess. Yeah. As far as the party is concerned. But yeah, 8 years. Crazy.
When's the next time you're gonna do the party?
December, third week of December.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Third week of December in Philly at Warehouse on Watts. I think it's December 18th. And yeah, I've been doing kind of this subsidiary party under the shortened F&F brand called IRL. I started at the, I guess, legendary Silk City, saying the venue that was it Diplo and
Diplo and Sia and
yeah, they named it after this venue.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the spot in Philly.
Gotcha.
But it's like I turned 21 DJing in that venue. It's like a spot.
So what's up with that venue? Why is that venue so iconic?
Well, I don't know why necessarily for Diplo, but it's technically, and Red Bull did a really good article about this. It's technically where Neo Soul actually started. Because people talk about it for like the 5 spot and Black Lily and like all that stuff. But like the real start of it was with King Britt and a party called Back to Basics. And that started in the late 80s, actually 88, 89 maybe. And actually when Cosmo was talking about on the show before, King gave him like one of the, like an early start that he became a resident for that party.
Gotcha.
I guessed it at that. So that was like 88 to, I don't know, I think it was like 93. I'm not sure if how, because King ended up touring with Diggable Planets. But it came back around 06, 07, because Silk City closed for a little bit and reopened, got a new owner, and I started guest DJing. I played there when I was like 19 or something like that, and then started guest DJing more often with King and some other events. And that ended up taking over the Monday when King and Dazia, the other DJ who co-founded it, stopped doing it. And myself and my friend Ron Clark, we took over it for a little while. And that was just kind of always in the circle with that. Like I used to intern at Larry Gold's studio in one of the rooms next to the Roots room. So that's 4 blocks away from Silk City. So even when I was underage and I wasn't DJing, I would just walk down there on a Thursday night that we used to be the really poppin' night. It was called Mo Money, No Problems. And you just walk down there and just experience like everything that's going on. And on the same side, it's on 5th and Spring Garden, and right off of 12th and Spring Garden, either 12th or 13th, was where the Mad Decent office was. So it's like all of that was right there in Philly.
Gotcha. That makes sense then.
So yeah, I've been doing a party there, and it was really, really popping before the Vax card mandate. We were like, I think the first one we were back, we started at 10 and the dance floor was filled by like 10:40. Wow. So it was pretty solid, which is like always a good feeling for like, you know, you wait for it to fill up for an hour and then like everybody wants to be fashionably late and you see the mad rush or whatever, but like to see people just come early was really dope. But now we're like trying to figure out what to do with the vax mandate situation, which is definitely for the best. But you know, of course it hurts. It hurts. Yeah.
Man, I actually got to play one of those Mad Decent Mondays at Silk
City.
Oh,
dope.
Yeah. I think it was me, Joe, and I think Shifty was on it.
Oh, dope.
He was the guest. It's been a hot minute, but that place is great because you can go grab a bite right there, like right in the.
So that was Fluid, right? So Fluid not, or was that? Oh no, that was when it was at Silk City. Yeah, it was at Silk City because it used to be at one point it was a Fluid nightclub too. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, dope. Yeah,
and they had like bomb ass food, and it's like a train car, right? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a trolley car situation, and the one room is probably like a 250 cap for where the lounge is, and then the other side is like an indoor outdoor restaurant, and it's really great food. It's really awesome.
Dude, that shit. That's Portland needs something like that. This spot was hella dope. So I want to talk about Unturned.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, because I love it, and I love the video that you did with it, and I want to know like what artists inspired you sonically when you made that.
It's a good question. I think around that time I was listening, interestingly enough, Prince a little bit. There's a DJ who did that remix. It's not DJ Rashad. It's a Footwork remix. I think it's Traxman. He did a Footwork remix of Sexy Motherfucker. And it's like 70 BPM or whatever, 140. And I was just chopping up drums and stuff. I was like, yo, I made that right around the time of lockdown, and was holding on to it for an EP that is coming out in February. So look out for that. And that song is actually going to be on the EP. We were planning on releasing a little bit earlier, but we're moving some things around. But yeah, I was listening to a lot of that. A lot of broken beat has always kind of been in the back of my mind as far as like drum programming, even though it's more straight. That's more of a straightforward thing. And I wouldn't say I was inspired by any particular, outside of like Prince and that Traxman song, that Traxman flip. I don't think I was necessarily inspired by any particular artist as much as I was inspired by how frustrating it was to be in the fucking house.
Sure.
And what we were dealing with like all the misinformation with COVID and everything going on. Cause like that's me on the vocals. Mm-hmm. And shouts out to my girlfriend, like my partner, she's absolutely amazing, like videographer, filmmaker, DP director, absolutely great. She, you know, I don't know, she's watching right now or whatever. But she actually just won an Emmy, which is really cool.
Oh shit.
So little got a nice little team situation going. But yeah, she killed that video. And we'll be making more for the rest of the project. But we were like, I mean, during that time, we were in our apartment just feeling stuck. She was working on editing stuff. I was working on trying to fucking figure out what the hell to do without any gigs. And this was like March or April. You know, I think at that time I did this, it was around the same time as I was finishing up this remix that I did for, do you know Hero? It's an artist on Fool's Gold. Well, A-Track reached out and asked me to do a remix for him. So I got done that remix. So I was kind of in a pocket for like, oh, I'm gonna do some more dance music stuff. And just ended up going in that direction with that one song. And as far as the EP is concerned, that's going to be the last track on the EP. The rest of it is it fits on there, but it's definitely a mix of like predominantly up tempo, kind of left of center dance stuff. So yeah, more than anything, I was just inspired by fucked up situation we were all in more than music. I was because even like the melodic stuff that comes in eventually, for me the drums were the most like effective way of describing how I was feeling at the time, you know.
No, it's really fucking good, man. I definitely talk about that because I heard it and initially my mind was like, I heard some elements of Justice Cross, and like,
oh man, that actually thank you for that, man. Like that, I didn't even think about it that way, but that actually makes me feel really good.
I heard some elements of Channel Trace, you know. I heard like a bunch of dope sounds, and I'm like, I wonder if he was fucking with any of this when he was making it, or because I know your music tastes are vast, you know.
Yeah, definitely Channel Trace. It was definitely an influence as far as just like being able to kind of not necessarily rap, but like just flow over up tempo stuff. Him and this dude, before I heard of Channel, I was listening to Goucher Lesswork. Do you know that dude? I forget. I think he's from. It's like much more calm, but in a very it's a similar vein. So I was listening to that stuff, but also no, I appreciate the Justice shout, because in like 08, 09, when all that was going on, even though like do you remember that their tour documentary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Across the Universe.
Yeah, and they like threw alcohol on someone and tried to like light him on fire backstage. I was like, you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Outside of that moment, They were
that's kind of a crazy. Across the Universe is kind of nuts, right?
It was kind of nuts. Like it just looked. This is gonna be might be a weird thing to say. It looked like it smelled really bad, like the entire tour.
Oh man, I bet.
Yeah, like just really, really bad. But as far as the
shows on that tour,
I wish.
What's that?
Did you go to any of those shows on that tour?
No. New Year's. I was at the New Year's. Justice, Peanut Butter Wolf was direct support. Before that, So Me played their art director.
Yeah.
Willie Joy opened up. Zebo opened up. And Justice, at midnight, I think they played Next Episode from Dr. Dre. And they were like, we're going to debut a new song. The new song was Kanye Paranoid, because they had one of the other members of Ed Banger helped produce that. I can't remember who right now. And then
Feeds.
Yeah, or like I think Crazy Baldhead did some production with that Kanye album as well. Mr. Flash did Paranoid.
Gotcha.
And then they ended their set. Their encore was Why Can't We Be Friends? And it was insane. Like everyone went fucking insane. And then it was lights on, end of the night.
That's crazy.
10,000 people.
Wow. That's beautiful, man.
Vegas House of Blues show was not that exciting. I mean, it was exciting, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't that unique, I should say.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's Justice, like it's if we were going in line, I would say Daft Punk Justice. Like
you have to.
In the grand spectrum of things, Basement Jack's right there,
right
there,
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely, man. Yeah. Going back and listening to like Nazareth and stuff like that. I was like, what the? Like just the idea that just how it's mixed and just how it's just another thing, like bringing back the grinding, something so bare bones while being so full is I took an Ableton course in 2015, and like the whole idea of subtractive synthesis got introduced. Like I was introduced to that, and that idea of like starting with something real big and kind of like breaking it apart and breaking it down to like one singular tone in a certain way. I was just like, damn, man, like that's definitely Justice with a distortion pedal and just killing it.
It's killing it. And it's like producing with tunnel vision, not giving a fuck about anything around you.
Right.
Because when that sound came out, it was like, okay, cool. What does this sound like? Oh, it sounds like Goblin from 30 years before that.
Yeah.
And the States is like, hey, I don't know who that is. And then it's like, okay, now you go down this rabbit hole of, oh, there's a whole fucking team of these people that go by Ed Banger Records.
Right.
All making their own sounds, but it all kind of sounds like a collective. It's nothing like that has happened since. Like remotely close to just being raw like that.
Yeah. I definitely at that level too, of like that level of influence. And once again, shouts out to A-Track as far as like kind of being a bridge for crossing a lot of that stuff over here in a lot of ways. When I think about Justice, outside of that, I just think of like the Cobra Snake website. When I seeing all the photos from like LA, like those parties and stuff like that, I'm like, how are people even doing this? This is crazy. I was like 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shout out to DJ AM, who was right in the mix with all.
Oh yeah, and AM, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Another Philly native. Rest in peace.
Law's Lair Radio.
Yeah.
You said that came as a project from the pandemic?
Yep. Yeah. I needed an outlet and didn't know when things were going to come back. I I was actually, yeah. Another thing, my girlfriend actually helped me along with as far as video production, because like that's her thing. So she helped organize like and did like some of the graphics and stuff and helped me put it together. But as far as music is concerned, I was like, man, you know, as far as when I'm in the house, I don't really necessarily listen to I listen to a lot of up-tempo stuff. I don't necessarily listen to stuff that might like go off at, you know, your Friday night, wherever, you know, place that wants to hear Pop Smoke or whatever. So I was like, man, I really want to figure out if I can do a specialist show, because I'm like really influenced by like the stuff out of like the BBC, like Giles Peterson, you know, and the Giles Peterson Benji B Philly connection is like super tight.
I was
like,
gonna
you know,
say, Giles like honorary Philly at this point.
I don't know if he, yes, I wouldn't be the one to say that. I think you could ask like King or somebody like that, but like I would say that definitely anybody that has from an artist from Philly or that has worked like kind of that Soul Aquarian space or whatever, they're honorary like Londoners or whatever. Right. Because like, you know, being on that like, you know, Organics, the first Roots project coming out on Talking Loud, or, you know, or not, it wasn't Organics, it was, I don't think that came out on Talking, maybe that came out on Talking Loud. It was like another project that had like The Session on it. I don't know if you ever heard that record, but it's a 12-minute posse cut with like a bunch of rappers, like it's everybody. Quest is rapping on it, everybody, and it samples one of the tracks from the Mo Better Blues soundtrack. And yeah, but like stuff like that, I don't know, random music knowledge. But yeah, so I started the radio show in lieu of that type of, like in reference to that type of energy, you know, and to an extent, I saw a lot of DJs kind of gravitate towards that, and DJs I'd never even heard of before, like before Twitch, like Spinurita, or like, you know, doing whole broken beat vinyl sets. I'm like, why, you know, and like a lot of people out of the Bay, like doing kind of really interesting sets in that way. And I feel like it worked out for the time that it did. I wanted to expand. I think it was the second season, because I kind of broke them up, because once again, my girlfriend, the producer in it, she was just like, yeah, you should break it up into seasons and we can like put it together like this. I was like, all right, cool. This is a great idea. I started doing interviews. So I interviewed Cosmo, I interviewed A-Track, I interviewed Khalil, who started, he's a co-founder of Living Proof. There's a party that started in the UK that also came to the US. And I interviewed MoMA. And then I think second season or third season, I interviewed Dennis DeGroat, who he's a tour manager and manages this group called April Vista, but he's also he co-founded movement.com, which is like, it was like an Amsterdam-based R&B, like pretty much all the Soulection stuff comes from like blogs like that. Like they're like huge influences for Joe and Julio and Andre in that regard. And then Nikisha Bailey, she's a VP A&R at the label that has Kehlani and Kevin Gates. I'm so bad with like major label stuff. But I interviewed her just to round things out as far as like just information, and not just interview DJs, but also interview people in the music industry, and, you know, just get their take on different stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much it. It was, I don't know if I do bring it back, I would like to pick it up, like have it pick up on like an NTS, or like, you know, it'd be cool if it was like a KCRW type thing that we have. Like we have WKDU out here, but I feel like their programming is kind of full. So it'd be nice to get like on like a nice internet radio situation with that. But it was really fulfilling to do that, because there's so much music that I don't get to play in the club, that if I got booked overseas or something like that post-pandemic, I'd be like, yo, I want to show up like that. like the last gig I did, the last run I had before the pandemic was hit I did a China and kind of like Southeast Asia run. And I was playing in Beijing, and I realized that all of the EDM kids went from EDM to just Travis Scott style hip hop and like nothing else. And I was just like, what am I out here for? I can do that at home. Not saying like, you know, obviously the money's cool, and I'm not saying that like the travel, obviously travel is amazing, but like if I'm trying to create some sort of longevity with what I do, this isn't it.
Yeah.
And not saying that, you know, it's going to be completely just me playing like, you know, stuff from Toy Tonics and I don't know, like I'm thinking of a label that, I don't know, some sort of indie electronic label or something like that. I'm not gonna go. I don't have like some grandiose plan to completely become some alternative, like only playing vinyl only sets or some shit. But and no offense to anybody who rocks like that. Obviously, like
For
you
sure.
know, Cosmo's once again bring up Cosmo, killing it. You know, doing the vinyl sets, and I would love to do it as well at some point, but
I've been eyeing that Cowboy Bebop this whole time.
Yeah, man, it's nice. It is a prized possession. I just got what did I just get? The Flylo Yasuke soundtrack. It's like on it's on like this red vinyl, which actually is the same red vinyl at the same color as the Shogun Assassin record store day press.
That's fresh.
So I think it's really dope. But yeah, I want to keep that radio show going at some point. It's just on the back burner now that I'm figuring out what to do with friends and fam now that things have opened up, and just working on more production, to be honest, you know, and more original production is kind of an important space I'm trying to lean into. So yeah.
I dig it. We're going to pull up Out of Water.
Okay.
Questions for you, Travis, couple questions for you, and then we're going to get this guy on his way. We got to come back. We got to have you back. There's so much.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, hands down.
I don't want to force anyone through a 4-hour listening session on this.
Nah, it's all good. No, I understand. It's cool.
But yeah, man. I'll pass it to Nick real quick.
So
Mm.
I know we said we're going to stop talking about serious things, but here we go. Real serious things on the table to talk about, because now we're talking fast food endorsements. You know what I'm saying? These are the pressing questions that the people need to know.
That's it.
Mathew, you were offered a fast food endorsement with any company of your choosing.
Oh man.
What is your meal and where is it?
I really tried to think about this one too, and it's like I stay away from so much fast food and it's not even like I have anything really against it. It's just
sorry to bother you.
No. All right, I'll say this. All right, if they could make, this is so specific. If they could make, all right, so Burger King. I love Burger King. I do love Burger King. Burger King, the smokiness of the smoky burger situation is really fire. That charbroil situation. What people might not realize is they also now do a Beyond Burger.
They do.
Yes.
I think
they're the first fast food place to have.
Impossible.
They do Impossible.
Yo, Impossible. It's Impossible. It is. It's Impossible Whopper. I would do an Impossible, like a smokehouse Impossible Whopper with like a sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, the onion ring situation. What is that? Like the onion, like the little fried onion situation.
Yeah, it's like an onion ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on the burger?
On the burger.
Oh yeah, that's just the fried onions.
The fried onions.
The deep fried onions.
Yeah, the deep fried onions.
Yeah.
I might. Cause like if I want to go for like a full barbecue situation where like, oh, like borderline like hot chicken, put the coleslaw on the sandwich type of situation, that might be kind of fire. It might be that actually would be kind of fire. So it'd be Impossible Burger with like the sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, the fried onions, and like coleslaw on the bun.
It's fire.
That is, yeah, I think that would be pretty damn good. I think that would be pretty.
You don't see burgers with slaw very often.
Right. I think something about the barbecue sauce and the slaw.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hit.
It looks like it, like I'm like looking at it right now. Like this might be.
You're looking at it. You're looking at it. Somebody's looking at it like they're having the same thought. That looks great.
Yeah, that looks great.
I've never seen slaw on a burger before, but I'm still in.
Right. I think that would be the extent. I think the fries I would keep the same because I do like
size. What size are the fries?
Oh, they're large. Yeah,
you gotta go
large fry. Gotta go large.
Modesty doesn't exist here.
It's
she doesn't live here.
Wait. Is this burger called the Mathew's Law burger?
Oh my god. It could be.
I like that. Mathew's Law is slaw belongs on a burger.
Yeah, slaw. With the slaw. Mathew's
slaw burger. Yes.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm talking fucking Brandon.
Turbo puns.
Yo.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yo.
Let's do
finish us off. What's the beverage?
So as far as the beverage, I would go like maybe like a Barks root beer or like a
very regional.
Very
like
regional,
that.
right? Yeah, I would go with like the root beer. I would go with the Barks root beer. I was thinking for some strange reason during the pandemic when we would go on like a little run, be like, yo, you want an Impossible Whopper? I was like, yeah, damn right, I want an Impossible Whopper. We would be like, for some reason, be like, I think I want a Dr. Pepper. And I'm like I've never drank Dr. Pepper in my life, but for some reason, I needed that in my life because the pandemic's been so hard. Is that like a hard, like, is Dr. Pepper the hard time drink?
Yeah.
I like, see, I'm not really like a soda drinker per se.
Yeah.
But when I was younger and I did, Dr. Pepper was my choice.
Yeah.
Only when I became a reasonable adult did I understand that Barks root beer was the move. See, at first I thought you said Birch beer, which I was like, oh, that's mad regional, but it's Barks root beer.
Yeah, Barks root beer. Birch beer is like Pennsylvania Dutch. Like it's probably made with butter or some shit. Like
I was like, man, that's mad regional.
That's funny.
But
Birch. I got a Birch beer at Burger King. Like
I was like, yo, we don't have those, but
no.
Barks is far more superior than A&W.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, and I also think that like that kind of rounds out the barbecuiness of the whole
what is
situation.
that about root beer with barbecue sauce or even teriyaki sauce? Like I love going to the Hawaiian places and getting a fucking root beer.
Yeah.
If they have Dr. Pepper, it's a second, I guess. It's what you got to do.
Yeah,
it is.
But you know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. It's like it's all the fruit of the earth.
Man, I gotta tell you, I think that's a great meal. That's
oh man, that means a lot. That means a lot, man.
I'm gonna be honest, because of the name, and because it's an original. It's an original. It's not. It's all the things they have at the restaurant, but they never put together, and that's what makes it a good one. That's a top 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a top 3
that,
meal.
Man.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, bro. That actually was off the dome though. Like I was thinking, and then everything went out the window as soon as you asked a question. I was like,
yeah.
What do I do?
That's a good one. Usually it's people will just hit you with the regular a lot.
Yeah.
But like this is just my order, which is kind of the point of the game.
Yeah.
But I like getting custom. Some people get so custom that like Burger King would have to like add a new ingredient to their menu.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's cool to hear. It's very imaginative, but I like the idea of like, all right, here's what they got.
Yeah.
This is what we got. We're just gonna combine pre-existing ingredients to make a new
like
product.
I want you to season it with Baja Blast. Is that possible? Just like a completely made up,
but yes. That's so what we're talking about. They have Baja Blast.
No, they don't. That's
no. I mean Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna do with it other than freeze it and just serve it as a beverage?
I want this beef.
I want the beef. So marinate in it overnight.
Marinated Baja Blast.
You can put this on the
Baja Blast my fucking brains out.
Yeah. God,
great.
Shit your pants special, right?
Baja Blast your britches.
Travis.
Yo, we're working on a DJ biopic cinematic universe. So in this DJ biopic cinematic universe, who is playing Mathew Law? It could be anybody dead or alive, any entertainer. It could be an animated entertainer. It can be an entertainment from a audio book. It can be from a regular
voice
book.
actor.
Morgan Freeman.
Hey, it could be. It could be like. It should be like Kevin Hart with the voice of Morgan Freeman.
Yo, wait, why are we all listening? Like it's the first time Neek and I have heard this question too.
I know, right?
Because he added the audio book.
He added the audio.
Like, where can I go?
Now I'm now I'm like, what audiobook reader would I have played?
Oh my god! What do I was joking around in my head. I was like, let's go with Zayn Malik. I was just like, I don't know, like
that's a new one. Okay, we'll go with that one.
It was either that or I was just joking around in my head too. I was just like Ty Mock from The Last Dragon.
Oh wow. I like that
specific one. For a super campy one that just like, it's like I'm just gonna talk really quietly and pretend that
Yeah, exactly. I like that one.
I don't know, just off. I don't know who enough people like joke around and be like, you look like Drake just because I'm light skinned and got a beard. So it's like it's like I'm not just gonna be like Aubrey Graham, who actually probably makes sense because he actually is an actor.
Zayn Malik looks like if he put a beanie on, he could be you. Sure.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah, no, he could.
I'm not mad at this.
He could.
Right.
Like, picture this guy with a beanie.
Exactly.
That movie's gonna sell. That'll sell.
Oh yeah.
Trying to do the eyebrow.
He's gonna do the smolder.
I don't have the smolder.
He's gonna be
Smolder and Scully.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the DJ biopic, and then he's gonna be in the Drake biopic. He's gonna play Drake. This is the Kroger Drake.
Yeah.
Not black.
Kroger Drake.
Not black, but passing.
Passing. That's it. That's the. Oh, that's rough.
Matt.
All right.
We have a Spotify playlist going on right now. 515 Spotify playlist. What song do we need to add?
That's this one I didn't really know what to think about. I can Oh, you know what's I really like? Do you know Sam Gelliatry?
No.
Sam
G. He's
yeah. He's part of that Soulection sound.
So he is, but now he's kind of like a pop. He's like going into this pop space.
This guy?
That guy. So he has a really crazy flip of that I still play of Pharrell and Kanye #1. It's really good. He's like one of those guys who like is also was on the sidechain compression side of things, but like he's like a kind of a virtuoso musician. So he would like play really crazy bass lines and keys over stuff.
So what song?
But I'm trying to find, what was it called? Hold on. Sam Gelliatry. It was on, the song's called Duo.
Okay.
I really, really like that song. It's kind of like a fun, like the drums are kind of like Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind.
Oh, you're talking to the right group of guys.
But it has like a very, like, it's a really, really fun pop song. And it's like, wow, Sam G's a pop star now. Like, it's like that type of thing. I really dig that song. There's a lot of other stuff that I've been listening to, but that one I really rock with that. And I really like, he's been doing these little kind of candid video type of situation of him like playing bass and like playing, like building the tracks that I feel like is really nice.
Oh, I love that.
Like,
I love when they do that stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Long Distance is the big one from him.
Yeah.
Long Distance is the song. Like if you're trying to figure out if you know him, Long Distance is probably the song.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I have this song.
Yeah, it was going around for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I know that name.
Yeah. Okay, I know this cat.
Yeah.
He's been around for a minute. I saw him.
Yeah, I know this song.
I saw him, Tico, and Carmack at the Trocadero in Philly. The TLA. Carmack's a beast, man. I have a photo of him from Playlist Retreat playing drums. It was dope to hear him because like
on a kit.
On a kit.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
How did how many times have you been to Playlist Retreat?
Since the first one. Yeah, I've been going.
So you've gone every year since, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean you're in Philly, so of course.
Yeah.
How's I don't know. Tell us about it. What's your experience like every year? Like from the beginning to now, what's changed? Do you feel like, are you as excited every year as you were for the first one?
I'm definitely as excited. I think last year, the last one before the pandemic was just so great because that was like that was when, you know, I was hanging with Miles, hanging with Cutso, hanging with like Jay Espinoza, hanging with like I mean, the first one was 40 people. It was really, really like tight. It was like it was really, really small. And then by last year, or the last time it happened, I think it was like 110. So, you know, it was a lot. You know, it becomes something where it's kind of like overwhelming, and you kind of it's because for me it's kind of become something where like I go there and I'm open to anything, but I kind of know where I'm going to what I'm going to gravitate towards. Like I'm going to go and like see what new rolling gear is popping off. I'm going to go and like go to see like make sure I'm at this lecture, make sure I'm talking to this person. As far as like the music making side of things, I'm just getting to the point of being comfortable with how I make music. Right. And so much of it is about that at this point. So it was nice this year, the last one in particular, to like there was a new crop of DJs that like got invited that I think is just really rounded things out really nicely. And just great, man. Like it was really great. We hadn't really talked that much or seen each other outside like the Twitch streams and stuff. So it was really great to go and play that pool party with all of us from Philly and just like chop it up. And it was really like a warm moment in like a cold time. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. Yeah, it was cool. But yeah.
Oh man, some of these experiences, man, it's just like you can't replicate that. You can't, you know, like it's not in any other scene. It's not in the EDM scene. It's not, you know, it's not in the trap scene. It's like moments like with Jazzy Jeff, Playlist Retreat, you know, it's you have to really come to the table well versed in all fucking music, you know, like you have to know your shit. You can't buy into it. You can't, you know,
right.
And I commend you for that, man, because you're Thanks, all man. And you know, we see it. I see you with Nardwar and Higher Brothers, you know.
Right.
It's a random time. I have a Nardwar drop.
So sick.
Fucking and dope. And it's great. He goes do law or law instead of, and I was like, this is insane. How is this happening? That's perfect. Yeah, that whole it's also like kind of the tale of like asking the right questions and being like almost like a jobber in some spaces, because like I got that gig with the Higher Brothers because I ended up tour managing and DJing for Keith Ape in Asia when E.G. Mock came out.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Did you do the South by Southwest show?
No, that was before I got on. That was right before I got on.
I was there for that, and I was
like, yeah,
fuck. Like,
no, I did his first like 6-8 city Asia run, and that was. Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was just like you know, this is a cool space to be in. It got me like a cool visa and stuff. And they're all good people, but it's not necessarily like the music that I would, even if it was in English, like it's not like the music that I'm trying to put myself in a certain space and everything like that. So,
right.
But yeah, that was an interesting time. That's another podcast too. Yeah, it wasn't crazy, but it's just like some of the stories as far as like just the business side of things and certain things that went on during that time on tour was really interesting. So yeah, it's for another time.
We got to have you back. There's no two ways about it, man. Please come back and join us.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We got a lot more. We got to talk about with you. I think we're pulling up on 2 hours right now, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know you're on East Coast time, so it's a little bit later. Let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
So it's Mathew Law Official on Instagram and TikTok, which I just started TikTok. So I've been
word. Hey.
Yeah, I mean it's something, you know. Just because I've been doing these kind of like live drum video situation, drum machine stuff. And then on Twitter, it's Mathew Law _. Those are the 3 platforms that I gravitate towards, I guess.
Anything?
Twitch. If I do go back on Twitch, it's Mathew Law FNF.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mathew, anything else you want to promote while you got the mic, man?
Good question. Rumble EP coming out in February, end of February, possibly early March, with that song Unturned on it. FNF, a 8-year anniversary, December 18th here in Philly. And I don't know, man, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man.
Not gotten the chance to like, I think amazing thing that has come out of the digital age is the age of the COVID times is being able to make these like cross country, national, international connections via what we all do. And, you know, I just appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Thank you so much, man, for real.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. The honor is likewise, man. This has been fucking great. You got an open invitation anytime you come out west, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Without a doubt. And we got to get you back. I've said that 7 times now. We'll be back next week. We don't know who we have next week, I don't think, but we're going to be out in Vegas. We should take a sec to promote that. We're going to do the podcast most likely out in Vegas if we can squeeze some time in next week. Wednesday, we have, you'll be listening to this on Monday. We'll be out in Vegas Monday. Feel free to hit us up. Going to be doing some DJ meetup stuff out there, as well as Wednesday, we're on the record for Nick Lopez's Paradise Fever, a tribute to Larry Levan and the Paradise Garage sound. That's a mouthful.
That's perfect.
Anything else we need to say? Nick, can you announce the surprise guest?
No.
No. You can't even. There's a surprise guest.
There's a surprise guest.
It's not Travis and Colin either. It's
no. If you're ahead, you should definitely come through.
Yeah.
How much are flights?
Gotta be
right
cheap.
now.
Gotta be
right now.
Yeah.
They're real cheap right now. If you can make it,
we got a room for you.
It would be
I've never played in Vegas before. I would love to check. I've never been to Vegas before. I really want to check it out.
Come through, my guy.
Come
through. Yeah. We'll show you all around.
Yeah.
We'll show you a good time.
Boys are basically locals at this point.
Yeah.
But no. Everyone check out Mathew Law. Make sure you go listen to Unturned. I fuck with that heavily, man. And I'm looking forward to hearing that EP.
Same.
Travis, anything? Go Sox. We should say go Sox.
Okay. Go Sox. Go Sky. Okay.
Go Justin.
The Chicago Sky, that is. Go Justin Fields. Fuck Matt Nagy. Did you hear me? Fuck Mac Natty.
Who?
Yeah, I can't even say his name right. Fuck Matt Nagy. Yeah. Okay. Bulls, we're making a nice little preseason run. I like it. It's just preseason, but we're looking all right. Looking all right.
Don't look bad.
Go Sox again. Well, let's just say that again. Go Sox.
And we dropped a bunch of merch too.
Merch with Vague Alien. Vague Alien is a dope brand. We're doing a collab with her. It's called Vacation. That's our collab right now. You can go to vaguealien.com to pick that up if you want to order it. If you want to pick it up physical, if you're in Portland, come out to District on Thursday. And we will have some with us in Vegas too. So
yes.
Men on Vacation, Paradise Fever Superstore will be open.
Superstore.
Love it. Mathew, if you have any merch you want to send out to Vegas, we'll sell it as well, man. We're all fans.
Yeah.
Amazing. I just want to send y'all some shirts. If I got some F&F shirts left, we can talk about sizing. I might have some stuff left.
Yeah, hit us up. We got merch. We'll send them right back.
We got merch.
Boy, do we.
There's one thing.
There's something we got. It's merch.
One thing that we do have.
Yeah. Gentlemen, this has been a real treat. Excellent pod. Thank you, Mathew, for joining us.
Yeah.
Having me, man.
And everyone stay safe. Get that fucking bread. Get the bag.
Hey, shout out to my auntie. Who had trade.
Yes.
We're going to say that real quick when we're going to gloss right through that. Shout out to her. Shout out to my fam.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see y'all next week.